after that, parang I never saw it again. Parang nirag pull niya ako, ganun.
Yun yung scam
Oh,
experience.
scam experience. There was one time, like, a friend of mine convinced me to, like, be a scholar. I got, like, 30K from a ninong or a ninang. Wow, Siyempre, at that time, 15 pa lang ako, laki na nun, di ba? Where do I put it, right? But here in the Philippines, you're actually investing into actual businesses you see around, and you're investing for the growth of the Philippines, right? I'm not the same Isa that I was before when I was 18. Parang hindi na ako pwedeng mag-risk so much. Kasi now I'm working na, di ba? I wanted something more stable.
Hi everyone, I am Aaron Lee and you are listening to Dragonflies, the Dividend Investor, the podcast of the most profitable hour of the day. This podcast will help you build your dream life that you want, one dividend payout at a time. And so in each episode, we are going to break down stories, strategies, and habits that will help you build a future of passive income. So whether nagsisimula ka pa lang or you are already a seasoned investor, I'm pretty sure this podcast will show you how to let your money work for you over time. So actually, there's a person seated beside me now. You might know, you might not know. But then, she is actually Isabel Torano. So she's our marketing associate here at Dragonfly. And she's the face behind our social media channels. So Isa, please say hi to our audience.
Hi everyone, it's nice to be here.
How are you feeling today? Are you comfortable?
Kinakabahan.
Kinakabahan ka ngayon. That's totally normal. But for people, again, who don't know, could we please remind, sino nga ba si Isabel Torano?
I'm Isa. I'm currently the marketing associate at Dragonfly. And you've probably seen me somewhere in our social medias, TikTok, Discord, Facebook even. And I'm probably the one replying to your comments, ganon. And
Shout out to DF Isa.
and outside of work, I'm really passionate about investing. And at a young age pa lang, I wanted to make my own money na.
At a young age, how young are we talking? Mukha ka pa namang bata to me.
At around like 15, 16.
15,
ganun.
16. So at a young age of 15, 16 years old, what was the reason why you felt na you wanted to have money of your own?
Because I wanted to buy the things I want on
Be
my
careful,
own.
your mom might be listening.
I don't want to depend on someone when it comes to buying things I want.
Ayaw mo humihingi for the things that you wanted to buy. Bakit? What was your, ano ba yung pinagagastusan mo before?
Wala, like clothes, makeup, ganon.
Mga kikay stuff. Ako naman, I remember during high school days ko, medyo yung pinagagastusan ko talaga, what I really love about our shoes. Uso pa nun yung mga Jordan, yung mga
Oo nga,
Lebron,
I remember
mga-
that time. So expensive.
So expensive. One shoes parang 6, 7, 8,000 at that time. So anyway, again, you mentioned na you wanted to have money on your own, of your own. So what were the ways, side hustles, rackets, na pinasukan mo for you to let your money work for you?
Actually, as early as 15 or 16. You know how, as Filipinos, we get like money from our ninong, our ninangs.
Oo. Aguinaldo,
Ganon.
di ba?
Parang there was one time I was 15 na I got like 30K from a ninong or a
Wow,
ninang.
30K from your ninong. Can I also be pwede ba siya, ninong ko din siya?
Pwede naman. Like, I got it during New Year, actually. Oo. Tapos, syempre, at that time, 15 pa lang ako, laki na nun, di ba? Where do I put it, right? I don't want to spend it. So, I gave it to my mom. Because my mom, she's been an investor for like 10 to 15 years now sa PSE.
So seasoned investor na si mom. Shout out to mom. What's your mom's name?
Lisa.
Hi, Mommy Lisa. If you're watching, no, if you're listening. So, pero I think there's a but to that story. May katugtong yan eh. What happened after that?
I actually gave her the 30K for her to invest it in PSE.
Oo.
Tapos after that, parang I never saw it again. Parang nirag pull niya ako, ganun.
Yun yung scam
Oh,
experience.
scam experience. I think she's just teaching me how to invest, ganun.
She taught you the number one most
Rule,
important
yeah.
lesson.
Don't get scammed.
Don't get scammed. And so, what happened after that? So, parang na-realize mo ba, dapat you don't let other people do it for
Oh,
you?
actually, sabi ko, dapat ako na lang yung mag-invest for myself.
Take accountability of your own money. So, now where did you put your money next?
So when I turned 18, I opened a fund account in an e-wallet. Tapos I just put in 1K.
1K.
From 30K, naging 1K na lang.
Na-
Natakot na
natakot
siya.
ka. After that, what happened to your 1K?
Parang nag-gain siya around 100, 200. Tapos, in the end, parang nag-lose siya ng 100, gano'n. So, parang
So you lost
na-bored
about
ako.
10%
Oo.
of it.
Yeah.
And na-bored ka, you mentioned na-bored ka.
Parang ang
Because,
bagal kasi nung galaw eh.
ah,
Of course, it's fun, right?
pero at least that's way better than nawala yung buong 30,000.
I agree.
Di ba?
Oo.
Di bali lang mabagal, basta biglang mawala
Oo.
lahat. So anyway, so you mentioned you went into funds, and then funds na-realize mo mabagal. So did you do any side, kasi that's the thing when you're starting out, di ba? Probably you don't have a lot of capital yet. So usually people resort to side hustles or racket, di ba? So when you were around that age or that time, did you do any side hustles, racket?
So at that time, I was really into gaming. Like, mobile PC games.
As
Ganun.
in Valorant, League of
Mga
Legends,
ganun.
ganyan.
Yeah.
Mataas ba rank mo dyan?
Oo naman.
Baka ikaw yung type na binubuhat ka.
Hindi mataas. Actually sa ML parang mataas talaga yung rank ko. Oo. Tapos, parang there was one time, like a friend of mine convinced me to like be a scholar for an Axie.
Actually, di ba yan yung parang Pokemon where you get to battle other players?
Oo.
Tapos you get paid in cash. Actually in crypto, but then you get to cash it out
Yes.
after. So what was the setup back then? Paano ba kumikita yung mga tao sa Axie nito?
Parang they're the ones who's buying the pets or whatever.
Si manager.
And then we just have to play. We don't have to invest anything. We just have to play. Tapos we get our own sweldo from that. Depending on how good we are as players. Ganon.
So si manager, they put out the money, tapos you borrow their Axies, you battle other players, and then split kayo sa profits, 50-50.
50-50
Or pwede
usually.
60-40 din. Pero I remember actually Axie, the glory days of Axie, before it was so hot, it was all over the place. And I believe a lot of people lost money din sa Axie.
Not until sobrang tumaas siya, tapos everybody kept investing. Tapos parang nawala na ng value yung ina-earn mong SL.
Oo. Kasi it was kind of a Ponzi. Actually,
Yeah.
Ponzi talaga siya.
Yeah, I agree.
Na game, in a form of a game.
But at least I didn't invest in it, right? Like I was just playing for someone.
So you didn't lose money.
I didn't lose money.
So you got all the upside, pero yung downside mo was like little to none. Oras wala, basically. So magkano ba kinita mo dyan sa Axie na yan before?
Siguro mga around 30K, ganun.
Around 30,000. So now that you have 30,000 already, bumalik na. Yung nawala mo kay mom. What did you do with this 30,000 pesos?
No, actually, nag-Discord moderator pa ako sa NFTs, crypto communities, ganun.
I heard people are making good money there before, no? But at the peak of community moderation.
Sa akin, mga 0.1K lang eh. Ay, 0.1 Ethereum.
So that's how much?
10K yata, mga ganun,
Mga
per
10K
month.
pesos.
Pero
Per
ano na, GM ka lang, GM, ganun.
GM stands for what? For
Good
those
morning.
not crypto bros.
Good morning.
Good morning. Kasi they believe that anywhere you are in the world,
It's GM.
it's GM. There's always a person na morning. So anyway, so you did Axie, kumita ka doon. Tapos nag-Discord moderation ka, kumita ka ulit doon. So now, how much are we talking now?
Siguro mga 50 to 60K, ganun.
50, sabihin natin 60,000. And then this 60,000, where did it go?
So since nasa Axie na nga ako and crypto NFT communities, I started learning and getting into crypto na. I learned technicals, fundamentals for crypto, and then I invested into altcoins, bitcoins, and the like. Ganun.
I heard na altcoins did really good, especially 2021. No?
Like around
magkano yung kitaan dyan?
even 2x, 3x of your money, or even up to 10x, or 50x if you want,
Even,
right?
especially those what they call meme coins, di ba? Mga Doge, Shiba, etc. So, yun pala yung pinasukan mo. So, was it profitable for you? What was your biggest gain and loss at that time?
It's actually profitable naman, pero my biggest win and loss, lately lang to like last year. During the time that Trump got elected as president, you know how crypto went really up, right? So, I bought that. And
Kasi-
naka-futures pa ako. Like,
Kasi si Trump kasi, di ba, crypto supporter
Yeah,
talaga siya.
yeah, he's
Yung
a
loss niya, etc.
tapos I bought nga that. Tapos naka-leverage pa yung ano ko nun. So, I was able to triple my whole capital. But then, my biggest loss also is that gain. Parang yung triple ko na capital, naging 1 na lang ulit.
Kasi magkasunod pala.
Oo,
Yung biggest gain and biggest
Oo.
loss.
So, grabe talaga sa crypto, no? Parang nakakaano siya talaga ng mental health.
Actually, I agree with you. Kasi when you make a lot of money suddenly, and then you lost it afterward in a quick snap, parang masakit talaga sa sikmura, alam mo yun, that feeling. And for me, the most painful part talaga about investments din in general is that mas masakit yung nawala mo yung unrealized profit
I agree.
compared to
Parang,
nawala mo yung part ng capital mo.
yeah, like what could have been, right?
What could have been, di ba?
And what you could have bought with it.
Exactly. You thought of the things na pwede mo nang bilhin.
Pero bumili ng bahay, ganun.
Oo. Ilang iPhone,
Oo.
Pro Max, etc. Right. So, actually, I agree with you, Isa, no? Na since you mentioned na during Trump, that's where you made your biggest gain and biggest loss.
And when Trump launched the coin, his Trump coin, that's when it went down also.
Actually, I mean, in hindsight, it was a top signal talaga. The
I
president
agree.
launching his own coin himself. Like,
Parang they're
owning
just
coin.
making money out of us,
Oo nga,
small
exactly.
investors.
And it's like there's a lot of eyeballs already out there.
Mm.
So basically, yung upside mo parang nawawala na.
Oo,
Kasi
I
everyone knows about it.
And also, parang we've all been waiting for an out season, but it never came. Parang Bitcoin na lang because of the Bitcoin ETFs.
Exactly.
Ganon. So parang the upside is less na. The risk to reward ratio is not the same anymore as before, like it was when it was 2021.
Gets. Kasi noong 2021, pwede ka mag 5x, 10x even. Tapos yung downside mo, malala din eh.
The risk is still the same.
80%. Now, pag nag-invest ka sa altcoins, usually, swerte ka na if you get 2x,
I agree.
3x, di ba?
Yeah, I agree.
But then your downside stays the same. Nasa 60, 70% pa rin. So what you're saying is that the markets doesn't offer the same risk to reward anymore. So we see the markets changing. And tapos meron ka pang bad experience with your biggest gain and biggest loss magkatugtog.
Yes.
So would you say na it was kind of traumatizing for you?
Parang ang hirap kayang you see your money going up and down. I started early on, di ba? Like at 18 years old. Tapos, for me to build more wealth, parang if I just invest it into something more risky, parang wala lang din if I lose everything. Di ba?
So Isa, since the risk to reward isn't there anymore, tapos medyo na-traumatize ka pa rin, where did you put your money next?
Actually, my internship at Dragonfly came at the perfect time. Doon ako natutong mag-stocks, ganun. Mas na-involve ako sa stocks. Tapos dividend investing, ganun.
Wait, is this internship required ba?
Yeah, it was required.
It was required.
For my finance degree.
I actually remembered you because I was also one of the few people who was in the interviewing committee.
Oh yeah,
diba,
I remember
time.
that. Yeah.
And I noticed talaga na you came from a background of crypto. And I'm happy now that you actually have a dividend portfolio of your own na rin, di ba? I saw the growth talaga of how you transition from, alam mo yun, puro crypto,
I agree.
and now you're dividend investing. I mean, normally when people invest in something, they stick with it kasi that's where their expertise lies. So they don't usually hop onto a different investment. But then in your case, you actually did hop to different investments. So what made you realize na, oh, I need to try this dividend investing. Maganda pala to.
I realized kasi na parang I'm not the same Isa that I was before when I was 18. Parang hindi na ako pwedeng mag-risk so much. Kasi now I'm working na, di ba? I wanted something more stable. Ganun.
More stable. More stable, tapos mas steady yung returns, tama. Kasi sa crypto, di mo alam, paggising mo next, baka
Wala ka
liquidated
ng
na.
pera, ganun.
Especially you use leverage. I just want to address what our audience usually says. No? Not our audience, but some other people. Sabihin nila, PSE, mabagal yan. Diba? Tama. Crypto, mas mabilis kumita. Doon na lang ako. But then, what they don't realize is that here, at least mas steady, mas consistent yung returns.
Mas secure.
Mas secure. Especially if you go for the right stocks.
I agree.
And the right stocks that we think is the best for you to invest here in the Philippines is what we call dividend stocks. Diba? Basically, ito yung mga companies na yung payout nila sa'yo galing sa kita nila mismo. So it's really sustainable. And so actually, Isa, was the world of crypto very different to the world of dividend investing here in the
I think so. Kasi I get more sleep now, right? It's less stressful. Hindi na roller coaster yung pera ko. Like, ganun, and then ganun again. And then, mas secure yung funds ko.
Kasi tumatanda ka na,
Tumatanda
your
na.
priorities change. Syempre now you're here already, investing and trading here in the Philippines. What was your biggest investment or trade for this year?
Like my favorite ones.
Yung favorite mo?
Actually, I have two. One for dividends and one for capital appreciation. So first, let's talk about the capital appreciation. Bloom, of course.
What was the reason why you thought Bloom was a good idea back then?
I knew that, right, it was announced before that there was gonna be a new, and what do you call that?
A gaming app.
A gaming app,
Oo.
yeah. And you know what happened to Plus, right?
Diba? Plus, parang started from 2 pesos, now it's 60 plus. Ganun. So you're banking on that idea that Bloom copies somewhat yung ginawa ni Plus.
And it was really cheap na at that time eh. Parang naging 2.8 pa siya that time. Actually, that's my
What did you
average.
buy?
At 2.8.
2.8.
My average is 3.
Mhm.
Kasi ngayon, it's around 5, 6 na.
Yeah, I think now it's about 5.6, 5.7 ganyan. Actually, I'm amazed by how you are both a trader and an investor pa rin here in the Philippines. Wala lang, it's just a good thing kasi you can balance both pala. What about your investment? What was your biggest favorite investment so far?
The dividend one. The other one naman is MWC. Parang aside from getting 5 to 6% dividends, right now, nag-appreciate pa yung value niya, right? Because of first the Maynilad IPO. Parang yung Maynilad, yung valuation nila mas mataas. So what will happen, right, to the competitor? Mas magbabalance out sila, right? One of the other reasons is because they're charging their clients more. So that means they'll get more profits.
Yeah. So basically, parang since mataas yung valuation ni Maynilad, MWC's price will catch up.
Parang best of both worlds talaga tong MWC. Tumaas na yung value niya, tapos may dividends
ka
pa.
And I'm seeing a lot of better opportunities nga this year for our market. Diba? Actually, Dragonfly has called for the big winners like PX, PNB, Double Dragon,
STI.
and so Manila Water, so on and so forth, right? So we're seeing the landscape changing. Ang daming nangyayari, ang daming catalyst. Like, your Bloom launching their own gaming app, diba? Tapos recently, effective July 1, 2025, ibababa pa yung stock transaction tax.
That's even better for us, right?
Yeah, better for both traders and investors actually. So before, kung 1.2% yung transaction tax, now it's roughly about 0.6% na lang. So ang laking bawas talaga nun. Actually, if you have investments or trades na you wanna sell, you might actually want to hold out until
July 1, right?
Para doon ko na lang magbenta.
Sayang din yun.
Actually, isa, di ba, there's Hotel 101 coming up din.
Actually, Double Dragons invested 70% on Hotel 101. Tapos they're listing on the US markets, right?
So it benefits Double Dragon in a way because if Hotel 101 is valued this high already, then the parent company should be valued higher. Tama. Yeah.
And they're invested in it eh.
Speaking of global markets naman, global markets has been a roller coaster for
I
the past
agree.
month. Right? Past few months, past few weeks.
First of all, yung Elon and Trump war, di ba?
Exactly. Like at first they were best friends, now they're bantering, 'di ba? Tapos
But
parang
they said
medyo-
sorry na.
But they said sorry na. But you actually saw US markets move every
Right.
time they say something.
Just from Twitter,
Just
right?
from Twitter. So it's crazy times. Plus to add on top of it pa, we have China and US.
And Iran.
All those dispute and Iran. I mean, really scary times nowadays. I mean, syempre, we don't want to have another world war that's happening, right? And it's affecting global markets. And the good thing is, dito sa PSC, we're not directly
Affected by it. But looking at the positive side, in the Philippines, we're not that affected, right? And currently, we have upcoming IPOs pa Maynilad and GCash, right?
So actually, both of them are good for our current stocks, diba? For example, for Manila Water, I mean, as you said, it's going to
Dapat-
go up. Papantayan niyo yung valuation ni
I
Manila.
agree, yeah.
Because both of them actually makes about roughly the same amount in terms of income.
Siyempre, dapat same din yung stock price nila or pantay.
Or almost near each other. And secondly, we have
GCash.
GCash IPO coming out.
And of course, the parent company, Globe, right? It's
Global
good.
benefit. Kasi if GCash is valued at a higher price, then the share price of Globe, which is the parent company, should
Yeah.
also appreciate. Okay, so Isa, actually we're seeing our local market change, diba? The landscape. There's a lot of recent happenings and events that's going on. And I believe as traders and investors, we also change them. Like similar to how you did, na you transferred from crypto and
the
then
dividends.
dividend investing, right? And trading even here sa PSC. Are there any similarities between crypto investing or trading and dividend investing?
There's some similarities. Like, staking in crypto, right? There was one time na you could stake Luna or UST. It's a US dollar version of Luna, the Luna altcoin, where you can put in your money, lock it, and then you'll get 20% annual dividends. Imagine 20%.
Is it a guaranteed payout?
It is a guaranteed payout. But however, Luna
Saan nila
went
kukunin
down.
yun, diba?
Oo, exactly. Yung Luna bumaba siya from like up there. I think 100, 200,
200.
to zero. Paano yung tinake mo, di ba? It's a similar one for dividend investing. But here in the Philippines, you're actually investing into actual businesses you see around. And you're investing for the growth of the Philippines, right?
Actually, I agree, no? I mean, it's like you're staking your money, you put your money to work. Pero sa crypto kasi, when they pay you out, it comes from the money of other people.
I
So
agree.
exactly. So parang most of the crypto kasi, medyo Ponzi in nature.
I agree.
Except for the big ones like Bitcoin, Solana, etc. But for the rest, it's mostly Ponzi in nature. Yung payout mo is galing from
Another
another
person
person's
losing.
losing or putting
Yeah.
the next money.
Uh-huh.
So, but then here in the Philippines, yung payout mo comes from actually businesses that really make money na. So when they make money, mag-profit sharing siya, papunta sa'yo. Kaya mas sustainable talaga siya. Okay, so those are some nice thoughts. No? But then, has crypto in any way helped you become a better dividend investor?
What? I think so. So first, of course, I know technicals, fundamentals already. But most of all, I know how to manage my risk na. Siyempre, from going from that volatility, now I learned how to manage my risks already, di ba?
Diversification, not putting all your eggs in one basket. Although in TA kasi, I mean TA you can apply that somewhat here the local markets, right? But then for fundamentals, medyo you had
Medyo
to
different.
medyo different pa. So, did you have a hard time of choosing which dividend-paying stocks to buy or?
Actually, oo. So right now, I'm actually following the dividend harvest portfolio of Dragonfly. Kasi as I go along with it, as I learn, I'm still following them. And then, hopefully in the future, I can build my own strategy, right? Kasi at least research na yun ni Franco, ni Jared, our research analyst, and Sir John as well, right?
So basically, the dividend harvest portfolio, that's what we use when pag sila Sir John, Jared, and Franco, may trade alert sila. They like a dividend-paying stock. They want to enter that stock. They'll post a trade alert sa Viber, Discord communities natin din.
For someone like me na bago lang sa PSE, that's really fit, right?
Kasi syempre, as you are learning, you want some training wheels or help that guide you. So it's really perfect for those people starting out. And actually, if you want to check out dividend-paying stocks then, but then sometimes kasi when we
There are
issue
people na,
there are people na medyo mas passive pa or mas busy pa talaga sila. So sometimes they can't follow the trade alerts. So what can they follow kaya if they can't follow the dividend harvest portfolio?
So currently, we just launched our D15 benchmark or Dragonfly dividend benchmark, which consists of 15 dividend-paying stocks, right? Our research analyst has chosen and researched already.
So basically, they're vetted stocks. Na-research na sila ng Dragonfly team. And the way you would use it is that every month or every quarter, you set aside a portion of your income, tapos you split it between all of
All
those
of
15,
them.
di ba?
Or actually just 5. Ganun.
Pwede ka mag-start ng 5, 7, 8, especially if you're building your portfolio.
Tapos you just do peso cost averaging, right?
You do peso cost averaging. So the most important thing here is that you do it consistently. And that's why actually we started this podcast as well.
I
Because
agree.
we really want to talk about how dividend investing is really a game changer, especially for people who can be consistent and do it over a long period of time.
And those who are busy, right?
But again, Isa, I'm amazed by how you are into dividend investing. Pero at the same time, you also trade. So actually, how do you manage to do it together? Are there any like strategies? Let's talk about strategies. What's your angle to it? How do you approach it?
Actually, before nahirapan ako, di ba? Kasi your trading stocks is in the same account as your dividend stocks, right? Like you just mix your strategies. But right now, because of the multiple accounts of Dragonfly, you can separate them na. Yung mga tinitrade mo different from where your dividend, para hindi mo magalaw, kumbaga.
So
Ganon.
for example, may 100K ka, you split 50K sa trading, tapos 50K sa dividend investing.
Kasi it helps you.
Psychologically.
Oo, psychologically.
Kasi for example, if kunya nag-crash yung market, you're cutting your losses for your trades. Baka pati yung investments mo makat mo rin.
Yeah.
Mabenta mo out of panic. So actually, Isa, I'm really inspired by at how you transition talaga your career from crypto trading, tapos PSC trading, and now dividend investing magkasabay, diba? I mean, it just goes to show how you can actually do all of those simultaneously. Di mo naman kailangan bitawan yung isa, right?
Yes.
And it's also a good form of diversification. So actually, Isa, before we end this podcast, any advice for those people starting out there na gusto rin nila mag-invest, they don't know how, or in general, just any advice to our audience?
I think start earliest now. And if you don't know where to start, Dragonfly is always here, right? Like we always make things for our investors, for our clients that will help them invest, right? We have the Dragonfly dividend benchmark. We have the dividend harvest portfolio if they want more active. And we even have our other signature portfolios. Yeah.
So basically, kapag yung medyo gusto mo mag-dividend investing, tapos you have a little bit of time to follow the trade alerts, then you could go for the dividend harvest portfolio.
Yeah.
But then if you are more of a passive investor, you are too focused on other things in life, then you could use the T15 benchmark kasi that's at your own pace. Diba? At whatever point in time na gusto mo maglagay ng pera, mag-average ka lang over time. And then lastly is what you call signature portfolios, right? For signature portfolios, you can copy the different
Creator
creators
circle.
diba? Seasoned investors. All right, and so that's it. So thank you very much, Isa, for attending today's podcast. Actually, you would always see Isa naman on our
Yeah.
TikTok, on our social media channels, and even sa Discord group namin. So if you're not yet in Discord, and if you're not yet in our community,
Actually, let me plug our
sige,
social
go.
media
Take advantage of
platforms.
this moment.
So please follow our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Discord at Dragonfly HQ.
Yes, let's all please help Isa and Dragonfly out here.
Yeah.
So thanks everyone for tuning in, and see you next time.